Hi Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do a Divine Masculine reading today. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to jump right in. I just want to say thank you for showing up for this. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. And everybody is welcome. So even if you are not a Divine Masculine, maybe you're creeping on the reading to read about other Divine Masculines. Whatever reason you're here, you are welcome. All right. So what I want to do is see what Divine Masculines are going through as a collective at this time. The two chakras that I picked up on them are solar plexus and root or base chakra. So what that means is with the solar plexus, we are getting lots of upgrades for courage. And it could even be our vitality. You know, what are we needing to stand up for or stand for? Okay. So if it's a cause you're standing for, it could be just somebody in your life you need to stand up to. I'm thinking like bully. Okay. So the blocked solar plexus would be kind of like being a coward. All right. And then root chakra. Root has everything to do with our safety, our protection. So are we providing that for ourselves and for others? Do we feel unsafe? Do we not feel protected? So these are the things the masculine is dealing with at this time. So let's jump right into that. And also the sage is burning pretty heavily here. I just did a divine feminine reading and the sage is going like crazy. So either the feminine needed to get saged a lot or it's the masculine that needs to get saged a lot. So I just wanted to note that sage is still going. All right, Spirit, let's tap into the divine masculine energy. What do we have going on right now with divine masculines, please? Okay. We have silver, warrior of light. I love that. So it's funny because I did just say, you know, again, the solar plexus and standing up for ourselves or for something. So that is beautiful energy to start with. What else do we have? We have as above, so below, heaven and earth. All right, so that is about manifesting in the material world, but also being in tune with the spiritual world. Our thoughts create our reality. What else do we have? Wake up call. Listen and take note. All right, so some of them are getting some kind of wake up call in their lives. We will read on that. So let's talk about, there's a lot of purple and pink in here. I love this because that's showing me that their compassion is coming out as well. They're tapping into feminine energy. This could also be higher heart energy. Okay, that's what pink and green are, the heart. This one has both the pink and the green. So we have water, air, earth. A lot of that going on. Numbers 30, 41, 11. All right. Let's jump into this book and see what we have for the divine masculines. So let's start with silver, warrior of light. You are being asked to be one of Archangel Metatron's warriors of light. To do so will require strength, dedication, compassion, and to always deal in the truth. Okay, beautiful energy. So yes, strength. Very much I tie that to solar plexus. These are the noble qualities that one who serves the light must master in life on the spiritual path before them. Now, as spiritual warriors, we fight as one. No denominations apply, other than the signature of the human race working for the light. Those who are given their silver sword of truth know that we are all one. It will never be used to harm another, but to wield off and warn the dark that the light is here. It is given to you now to protect and clear the path. It is bestowed on those who have fought battles with their own darkness and have found the light within themselves once more. You have a steady hand and a wise soul, and the light burns bright within you. The sword cuts through all illusion, falsehood, deceit, and denial, and all that is negative, heavy, or tainted by wrongdoing. It highlights those who seek to harm or defame you, and only has power when held by the one it is made for. You have its power now in your own hand. Use it wisely. The silver blade must never be used to harm, but instead must act to defend all that is good, honest, and pure. You are protected by Archangel Metatron's silver ray at all times. No harm can befall anyone who asks for this light to be within and around them. One who holds the silver sword is never alone, need never fear the dark, and is always safe. Feel that energy now and allow it to make the difference each day forward as you walk the path of the light warrior you truly are. I love it because it referenced both strength and safety. So again, solar plexus and root. These are what the masculine is working on right now. Beautiful energy. So let's jump in to this pile. We're going to start here. So we have masculine wielding the sword of light. You go, masculine. I'm just imagining, so Archangel Michael has a sword of light, and he uses it to sever ties. He uses it to cut off things that are not for your highest good. Whatever it is that you are using this sword of light for, know that is for the greatest good. It cannot be used in anger, in deceit, in negative energy. It must be used in truth. Beautiful. It's basically like you've done your work. Here's this weapon. Now go use it wisely. You're in the army now, the spiritual army. And yes, we are in spiritual warfare. So thank you, masculines, for standing up for the collective, for every being, and wielding your sword of light and saying, I got you. All right, what do we have to go with this sword of light? The flames, transformation, yes, yes. In both pictures, we have the moon and we have darkness. So the masculine had to go through this darkness in order to be the light. So now I'm imagining the phoenix rising from the flames, from the darkness, and now being given this sword to fight off enemies. Wow, beautiful energy. Anything else to go with this? No, okay. That is okay. Let's get into the tarot. Masculines, you are doing fabulous. Let's just start with that. Good job. Go you. All right, what do we have to go with this warrior of light? We have the Eight of Swords. And that almost came out in the reverse too. What else? Well, those did come out in reverse. All right, yep, that's what I had a feeling. So we have the King of Wands and the King of Coins in reverse, both of them. And this Eight of Swords. So what energy is the masculine burning up and getting rid of? It is dictatorship. It's very heavy masculine energy that is my way or the highway. It could even be manipulation, whether it is in a money sense, or wielding your power inappropriately. Ooh, that's a lot right there. That's a lot. Masculines are seeing the disadvantage. Again, lies. Manipulation is a form of lying. So there is heavy masculine energy here that is being burnt up and disposed of, transmuted. I love it. It's beautiful energy. Because they likely have masculine energy in their family, in their religion, in their friendship circle, that have this energy. And so they were raised to think that this is appropriate behavior and that this is okay and this is acceptable. But you know what? This masculine didn't enjoy it. Something happened in this masculine's life. And this is a lot of swords here. A lot of swords, a lot of fire. And yes, there's some earth energy too. This masculine didn't want to go forward this way. They felt the, how do I put this? It's just an energy of, I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't enjoy where I am in this version of me. It's like they felt trapped in this legacy that they were forced into, like ancestral trauma. This is the way the masculines have always done it, so you must continue that legacy. Masculines are like, I don't like it. It's not me. It doesn't feel right. I don't appreciate it. Wow. They're like, I'd rather burn it up in flames. Yeah, that is insane. So I'm getting that they may have tried this. All right? Masculines went down this path because they had to. There's no way to know what you don't like unless you try it. And that's a lot of what unlearning our traumas is. It is about going through something and learning what we don't want. So masculines had to learn this toxic masculine energy in order to see that it's not what they want to choose for their life. What did it get them? It got them this. It got them all up in their head overthinking stuff, feeling guilty about things, feeling trapped. But again, masculines, I'm seeing two ways of cleansing themselves. One with the water and one with fire. Both very cleansing elements. The water cleanses your energy. It purges you of any impurities. Fire does the same thing. Difference with fire is there is nothing left. You just can only emerge out of the flames as a new version of you. So let's talk about the difference. It's almost like the water cleansing is a more mild version to cleanse yourself. Okay? And that to me is more feminine, more emotional. We're cleansing ourselves, our emotional body. Then we're going in and saying, okay, whatever's left, burn it to the ground, because I'm going to emerge like the phoenix and I'm going to wield this sword of light. This is beautiful energy. All right. Let's get an angel number to go with this. 888. Just around the corner. Go forward, transformation, abundance, and luck. One stage of your life is coming to an end. This is a sign to give you a warning so that you can prepare. I believe this same number came out in the feminine reading. This numerical sequence also means that you are in a stage of ending an emotional or career fluctuation or relationship. In addition, it also refers to the wheat has ripened. Yep, this definitely came out in the feminine reading. In other words, don't delay in taking action or enjoying the fruits of your hard work. There it is. So masculines are cutting off stuff. The wheat has ripened. They are learning what they don't want in their lives. They're chopping it off, and they're wielding this sword now, and you can only use it in truth. And that is beautiful, which means they previously did work on their throat chakras. In order to speak your truth, you must heal your lies, your manipulation. So whatever these ancestral situations brought up in the masculine, they have healed it. They have said, I don't want that for my life. This is not leading me towards my highest good. And so I'm just going to let it go. And it's happening in the darkness. I love it. All right, let's jump into the next card, which is As Above, So Below, number 41. This is Heaven and Earth. You are reminded that the rewards of heaven are accessible to you now, here on earth. You do not have to wait for an imaginary place and state of plenty and peace, and heaven that is out of reach and inaccessible. Heaven can be here today, as can all the glories and the beauty of God available in each waking moment. The cycle of life and the sacred wheel show us that there is no beginning and no end. Likewise, there is no place outside of ourselves. It is all connected, all joined, all one. The soft, luscious colors of the tree and its bountiful riches speak to our heart of the jewels of heaven, which are free to all, not needing to be earned or worked towards. This represents our natural state of abundance and joy, our eternal birthright always. The principle as above, so below is also important for you right now. Be aware that of the need to honor both your divine and earthly states, and do not neglect your own physical self at the expense of the spiritual, or vice versa. The body's need, good food, enough rest, time to relax, are just as important as the desire to expand intuition, learn more, meditate, and so on. It may also be that you need to balance planting your own roots firmly and deeply, nourishing what is below without allowing what is above to flower and thrive and be sustained. All right. I love that because to me, again, that's tying us into the root chakra, okay? Learning to plant ourselves somewhere. Now, for some reason, this took me to religion, and I'll tell you why. Because it says heaven and earth are within you. There's nothing that you need to strive towards. There's nothing outside of yourself. So the lesson the masculine is learning here is that if they are religious in any way, I don't have to worry about purgatory. You know, will I be punished for XYZ? Will I go to heaven after I die? That kind of thing. So it's very much, again, tying back to this kind of ancestral trauma. This may have been something that was ingrained in them about religion and about what heaven is. So good for you, masculine, for doing that deep inner work and realizing that it's not something that you have to strive for. It's something you create yourself. Okay? So they're planting the roots deep and working on the root chakra, and also trusting that heaven can be created here on earth. And it's all one. We are all one. All right, let's get more on that. Okay, that one wanted to come out. Deep being, yes. Self-love and acceptance. I love it. So a lot of pink. A lot of pink. So I love this because this to me is higher heart energy, but it's also trusting feminines again. Could even be trusting source again. Maybe there was some traumatic experience within the church, within religion that occurred, and it made them untrustworthy of it and disbelieve certain things. And then that made them disconnected from their intuition, their feminine side. Spirit is here to show them that it's not something outside of yourself. It is within you. You create it. And this is bringing them to this self-love and acceptance, the deep being energy. And again, now we have the phases of the moon. Moon's coming out a lot. That is very much feminine energy. A lot of feminine energy within this masculine reading, which means they are integrating feminine energy within themselves. And I love that. Good job. All right. Let's get some tarot on this pile. What do we have to go with this? Okay, that one. And that one. The Emperor. That is the balance. I love it. As I say, that is the balance. There's the Two of Coins. Let's put it down. Yep. Masculines. Look at you. You are learning the appropriate way to wield your masculine energy. And it is not from a state of fear and manipulation and corruption even. You know, when it pertains to money, this is people who, again, have businesses that are all about getting it in unethical ways. So whatever that means to you, because that could go many ways. Maybe there's a family business that you were expected to be a part of, but you didn't like the way they ran things because it's all about stealing and hiding money. You know, there's two sets of books. That's what I'm getting with this. Here's the one we show the IRS, and here's the real one that's dishonest. Okay? The one that we're showing the IRS is so that we don't have to pay all the taxes on the real money we're making, which is off the backs of others. So that's what I'm seeing with this reverse King of Pentacles. Okay? Manipulation, that sort of thing. Masculine energy can be authoritative. He can be a ruler of countries. But he does it in an appropriate manner, not from a state of fear, from a state of respect. I am going to rule my kingdom because my people respect me. And they know that I have their best interest at heart. Because I wield this sword of light. Now, what I like about the page energy here is this is kind of like your inner child. Your inner child's like, I'm new to this. We got to figure this out. Especially balancing this feminine energy. So that's the part of them that feels new. It's like they've always had this strong masculine energy within them. It just may not have shown up appropriately in their life, but that's part of the burning it down and cleansing it and becoming this in the process. And now they have this inner child helping them. They're wielding their sword. They're going out. They are ready. There's a battle that needs to be done. I'm ready. Let's go. They may not always do everything perfectly. They may slip up from time to time. But it's because they're still learning their balance. Okay? Once you've integrated your masculine and feminine energy, it takes some time to learn how to balance on that. Like riding a skateboard, that's what it's reminding me of. Some people just get on that thing and go, and they're great at it. Good for you. I am not one of those people. There's a situation I remember from childhood where I got on it and laid on it on my stomach and was just kind of like paddling like a surfboard. My shorts that I was wearing got all tangled up in the wheel and ripped my shorts. And I've also fallen many times trying to ride it. So I'm like, yeah, maybe the skateboard's not for me. But if I had stuck with it, maybe I might have learned how to balance with it, but that's what this is reminding me of. Masculines are integrating feminine energy into their world because they're learning what feminine energy that is healed looks like. What a difference, right? Going back to this reverse king energy, there's been some reverse queen energy in their life. Some not so great feminine energy that showed up in some way. That was part of what needed to burn and heal. So again, we talk about the water cleansing. The water cleansing was the feminine energy. The fire, the masculine energy. Now they're learning to integrate it and create it for themselves. Beautiful energy, masculine. Let's get an angel number. That one. 8899, new beginning, change, end, confident and powerful, yearning for beauty, attention. Some important stages in your life are about to end, and other events that follow will also end like a domino effect. This sequence of numbers represents that you are experiencing a series of events in which many parts of your life will slow down and are about to stop. However, there is no need to worry because these changes are necessary so that a new series of things and situations can begin. Love it. I love it. All right, let's read this one, Wake Up Call. Card number 11 links to the planet Pluto and rebirth. It also relates to the 1111 coded wake-up call programmed to make us all sit up and take notice of spirit. It is a time to step into the deepest trust and heed the clarion call of the mighty Archangel Metatron. This call cannot be drowned out by fear or denial of that which is before you now. It is time to step into the deepest trust and heed this wake-up call, which may be spiritual in nature or affecting something very physical around you now. You've been aware for some time that something needed to change, something is coming, or that a situation can no longer carry on. Your inner voice may have whispered, but Metatron now shouts the warning loudly for you to hear. You may experience ringing in your ears, popping of energy, or an unblocking of one or both ears as you hear Metatron call you. You may also see numbers, particularly the combination 1111, which are prompting you to see things in a new way, but also to let you know that Metatron is with you. You can ignore the call, carry on as before, but he will come back, and each time the call for change will be louder and still more insistent. Metatron never gives up on you, never abandons you, and always has your best interest at heart, as well as everyone else connected in any event, situation, or relationship. This wake-up call signals that one way of doing life is now over. You need to prepare for the new, and it will be done for the highest good for you and anyone else involved. What seems difficult and at times impossible will be made easier for you. There is still a short time to prepare, to evaluate, to gather your strength, but the winds of change are here, and time is running out. Metatron reaches out his arms to help carry you with grace to the next stage of your journey. As the call by you is heeded, the skies lighten, the golden rays come back to you, and the light pierces the darkness to reveal a new vision, a new life, a new possibility. Wake-up calls can be both individual, affecting your own day-to-day life, and collective, entwined with raising global consciousness. All right. So, this is sort of like the message to those who know that change is coming and have been maybe procrastinating on it. Like they know that a certain thing in their lifestyle is not good for them, but they have yet to get rid of it or give it up. It could be a relationship, could be a job, could even be friendships, you know. Maybe you've kept certain friends around for years and years, and it may have served you at some point, but you're feeling now as you've grown that maybe some of these people don't have your best interest, or maybe the lifestyle that comes with those friends are not leading you to that life that you desire and deserve. Okay, so sometimes we do have friends that honestly do try to hold us back from things. It could come from a place of jealousy and envy. It could also just be that they're here to distract you from your purpose. So whatever it is that you're being woken up for, this call, okay, assess your life. Think about the things that are potentially holding you back and things you know you may need to get rid of, but have just been, again, whatever the reasons are. No one's judging you here, but Metatron's calling you, so open your ears and listen. All right. Now, I will say that I have tried to do this reading, at least the second half of this reading, a bunch of times. And the system just did not want to upload it. It kept kind of halfway through freezing and stalling out. So I already had pulled all the cards for this, so I'm not going to be shuffling anything because this is from before. So the card that we got here was bathing in the river, self-care. Okay, so for some of you masculines out there, the thing that you need to focus on right now is self-care. However that looks to you. Is it knowing that you're working too many hours and you're not taking the time out for yourself? This could be water cleansing. Okay, so maybe you're not taking care of your personal needs. Maybe you're not showering as often as you need to, or whatever the situation is. This could be, regular massages that you need to get to help with the tension in your muscles and that sort of thing. So whatever is stemming from this self-love and acceptance is now reverberating into self-care, because these two go hand in hand. You are acknowledging that in this deep being feeling, the self-love and acceptance, it comes with self-care. So we can no longer burn both ends of the candle. All right, that may have sufficed for us in some time, but we are now realizing what the detriment of that is to our bodies, and we don't want to choose that for ourselves anymore. And again, if you fail to do this, Metatron's calling you. So your call here is to focus on your self-care. All right, we also got these three cards. So the Lovers with the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. Now, let's go over what this means. The Lovers is always a choice that we have. The Lovers is here to say that there is duality to life, and there are no wrong choices. Just that your choice will lead to one thing or another. Okay? Now, these are pretty clear and obvious choices. The 6 of Wands is about success and victory. Okay? So were you able to, I'm hearing like wrangle your demons, whatever it is that you need to do to accomplish this self-care. Okay? Will you be successful at doing that? Or will you end up, I'm hearing like rock bottom. Will you end up just done? Like, think of it as like death, okay? Death does lead to rebirth. So that's not a terrible thing either. But think of it this way. If we could avoid this altogether and choose something else that's better for us, wouldn't we prefer that option? Because you're gonna rise from this and grow from it regardless, okay? But it's gonna be a painful ending versus just doing the self-care and rising into your successful era. The choice is yours. That's what I'm hearing. And the call will get louder and louder. All right. So how many more swords do you want to keep inserting or let others insert before it's time for you to say, okay, yep, I'm going to climb to this mountain and I'm going to get the success and the accolades and the victory that I so want for myself and my life. So the angel number that came up for this pile is 4488. Welcome a new beginning. Upward change abundance. This is a message from your angels representing an end to a stage in your life. They want you to know that when things slow down, They will be with you and assist in guiding you to a new situation that is more suitable for your needs, prayers, and purposes. So based on this, I'm seeing that is like the self-sabotage behavior that you are clearing out of your life. So that's going to be part of the self-care. Do you want to stick more knives in your own back or allow others to do it to give you more pain and suffering? Or do you want to let that stuff go because it doesn't serve you in your highest good? You'd rather have this victory and success. So that's where this new beginning is coming from. It's coming from a place of your self-love and acceptance and your self-care. All right, let's get some messages from Spirit. Again, I had already pulled these. I don't need to shuffle anything. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. All right. So you have a lot of support right now. You have angelic support. You have ancestral support. You probably even have, three-dimensional people in your life right now that are supporting you, whether you know it or not. Maybe they don't speak it, but you have so much support in helping you to get through this phase. You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about speaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. All right. So comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're going to compare anything, compare your past version of yourself to this version of you now. Is today's version better than it was yesterday? If not, ask yourself why. Because if it is, then that means we're doing the right things. Okay? We all know what's good for us and what's bad for us. I know that it's reminding me of things that happened when I was growing up that they have since determined are terrible, such as letting a woman smoke and drink while she's pregnant. They have found that could be detrimental to the fetus, but guess what? In the 80s, the 70s, and beyond, it was totally acceptable. They're like, yeah, you're fine. It's not going to hurt the fetus. Just keep drinking and smoking. You're fine. They were smoking on airplanes, smoking in restaurants. I mean, there was just so many things that back then they either didn't care to assess whether this was detrimental to the people who weren't indulging. Now, you can get secondhand smoke, but you can't get secondhand drinking. So you have to be the person actually drinking it. But anyways, that's what that's reminding me of. So don't compare yourself to others. If other people want to continue to sabotage their lives, you can choose not to do that in your own life. All right? And again, you have so much support here. Spirit is with you. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. Yep, there's new beginning right there too. Instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. All right, I did get into that too with this self-care. So again, we're not putting the swords in our own back and burning both ends of the candle. It's okay to slow down. All right? Now, if you think about how your nervous system works, we have our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. That enables us to sit and calmly do our self-care. Okay? Our nerves are chill. That's the best way to put that. Then we have the sympathetic side, which is fight or flight. So that's kind of where we go. Our nerves are in an uproar. We're constantly thinking we've got to be moving, got to be doing something. That's like a trauma response. Okay? So part of what this is having you do is to acknowledge that we're not in survival mode anymore. We don't need to be constantly alert and afraid that we have to be in this fight or flight mode constantly, we're allowing our bodies to rest and digest. Parasympathetic nervous system. So in doing that, it's actually allowing us to feel that we are thriving instead of surviving. Okay? So we're getting our bodies out of survival mode and we're putting them in thriving mode. Beautiful. You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. Yes. So what I'm hearing with this is that when the prayers get answered is when you decide to choose you above all others. Okay? You'll get this victory, but you've got to choose you and not the swords and the continuous pain that you either, again, put on yourself or let others put on you. Okay? Some of us are addicted to that pain because that's our identity. And that's part of what we're saying, I don't want that to be a part of our identity anymore. We want to let that go. All right, last one. Look past what you feel are your incapabilities. Instead, focus on everything that you have achieved so far. It is okay to acknowledge your weaknesses, but keep in mind that they don't define you. Your strength and your beautiful soul are clear for all to see. I love it. So that might be another thing too, is maybe you didn't want to be seen. There's something here that says, I wasn't ready to be seen. I didn't have the strength to be seen. There was something here that's telling me that you kind of hid who you truly are. But now that you are focusing on your growth, you have more of a growth mindset instead of a stagnation mindset. You can see yourself because you have that self-love and acceptance. So you're looking in the mirror, you can actually see the real you, your authentic self. We're not wearing the masks anymore. We're not showing up in life as, some altered version of us. I'm getting that, like, when you hang out with friends, you have different groups of friends and they all behave differently. So you kind of latch onto them and say, okay, these people behave this way, so I'm going to hang out with them. I'm going to behave that way. That's so I can fit in. You're done with that. Masculines, you're letting go of those masks and saying, you know what? I am my authentic self. Because I love myself, I accept myself the way I am, I don't need to fit in. And I'm giving myself this self-care. So, masculines, this has been a beautiful reading. I really hope it reaches who it needs to reach. I just want to thank you so much for your time and energy exchange. I appreciate it very much. Make sure you go within so you never go without. Fill your own cup up with love. Okay, that's these. Self-love, self-care. Before you try to fill someone else's, because you can't fill from an empty cup. And keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. Thank you so much again for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.